Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I am back with another plan with me and I am planning week commencing the 16th of September. I am fully into fall kits now and I am so happy about this because it has made me rather irritated to be planning in terrible weather in summer. I have got this whole plan for next year as to how my planner is going to stay on track, and I am hopefully going to be up to date by the end of January with this planner, and I want to stay about 4 or 5 weeks behind, so that's good. I am using the fall cabin kit from Plannerface, and I am 50-50 as to whether this is a mystery or whether it was Advent 2023. So it usually would say here if it was a mystery kit, so I feel like it was Advent, but I will put on the screen which one it is. But the reason I know it is a special edition kit is because, okay, it's Advent, and the reason I know it's Advent is because I've just realised it's got no mystery add-on. So yeah, it is Advent. So I kind of knew because it didn't say mystery here. It normally says like November mystery or December mystery or whatever, but also it doesn't have the mystery add-on, so it's not a mystery, it was Advent. So this was in the 2023 Plannerface Advent calendar, and I really loved this artwork. I really love the subtle fall colours. Weirdly, I'm not a crazy fall fan. It's my least favourite season. I am like, it's summer, it's spring, it's summer, and then it's Christmas. Like, that's how I want the year to go. Not crazy about Halloween, not really crazy about bonfire night. Don't really like carving pumpkins. I do it all for like Theodora, but it's not my favourite time. Like, literally as soon as summer is over, I want it to be Christmas, and then I want it to be spring again. Like, I'm a spring baby, so spring is one of my favourite seasons, and then like Christmas. So yeah. But I really loved the like subtle muted colours in this. It's not crazy orange. Weirdly, I like orange, and I don't mind fall kits, but I just really loved this. So it does have a die cut. I'm not entirely sure if I'll get to use this just because it is a little bit big and I don't really know where I would put it in the spread. But I can use it in my journal. But we have got the usual kit format. It is an older format. I've used some of the icons. It is an older format just because it doesn't have the newly reformatted glitter header page, but most of it is the same. But we do have the old glitter add-on and my favourite box add-on. So yeah, I am very excited. I have pulled my stickers as always, and yeah, we are good to go. I am considering getting a new tripod because having this in all of my videos, it's fine when I zoom in because you can't see it, but yeah, it's just getting a little bit annoying for me. So if you've got any recommendations on just like a cheapish tripod, then do let me know. Something that isn't going to get in the way of my filming but is going to hold my phone weight, because I film on my phone. Because what I've got is I think it's called Olivia. It's by a brand and it was recommended to me by the lovely Georgia of Oh Hello Feelings Co. And it works so well. Like, it doesn't topple when it holds my phone and stuff. But the base just gets in the way. That's my only like complaint about it. So yeah, I would love to hear any recommendations. I do need to get some more whiteout tape. You can kind of see these through, but I'm not really bothered. I could always lift them back up if I wanted and white it out, but I'm not gonna. By the time the spread's down, it's a lot less noticeable. But how is everybody? I hope you are all well. I've had a weird day today. I think I've mentioned in previous plan with me is that I am a Tropic skincare ambassador, and I went to like a stall this morning and it was not a success. I was in like a separate room to the main event, and nobody was coming over to this separate room. We are in the middle of Storm Bert in the UK, and the door had to be left open so that people kind of knew where we were. And then yeah, we just nobody was coming over, so I ended up leaving early and went to like enjoy a lunch with my nan at Sainsbury's Cafe. Then I went to do some like Christmas shopping not Christmas shopping as in like gifts, but I've agreed to let Theodora have a Christmas party at home for like some of her school friends. I don't know what possessed me, if I'm completely honest. I think it's because she's like past the big birthday stage now, so she's kind of like had like her big birthdays, and she's at that point now where she's going to be having smaller birthday parties. So I was like, oh, well, you know, maybe she could have like a smaller party at home, because when you're not hiring somewhere or paying for something, the price is like significantly different. So I was thinking to myself, since she'll be having, well, she had a small birthday party this year. She had 5 friends and they had like a pamper party. And then next year she's having a teepee party. I have bought teepees and she's having a teepee party. So I just thought it might be nice for her to have like a low-key Christmas party. But I went to get like paper plates and loads of Christmas themed stuff, arts and crafts activities, all that kind of thing. So I went to do that. And then I came home and, I mean, obviously the weather isn't great as it is because obviously we have Storm Bert. And it was already dark just because there was like no sun. But effectively, I came home and went to sleep. I don't remember going to sleep. Like, I definitely didn't do it intentionally. I just fell asleep on the couch, but I woke up and it was pitch black, like really dark. And I thought I'd been asleep for like hours and hours and hours, and I like woke up in a panic and was like, what time is it? And I was really disorientated, and it's taken me ages to come around, but when I woke up it was only 5 o'clock. So weird. But yeah, so I feel like very out of sorts. Just like confused about like what time it is. Anyway, enough rambling about that. I have done my sidebar. I don't have like a notable event this week to mark, but I've used some of the full boxes. Love this troll box. Faffed about with the headers a little bit just to kind of fill this gap, but I love this pattern and I'm kind of wishing I'd have used the washi add-on, to be honest. I love the like peachy orange. But yeah, so we are on to Monday. So first things first, this was the day that we were driving back from the Southwest Planner Club Planner Meet. So Sophie was taking on the challenge again of driving us home after the traumatic trip on the Friday. I'm sure she wasn't looking forward to it, but we actually had a really good journey home. So we left at about 9:15 a.m, I think, like just after the rush hour rush, and we were home by 12:30, I think. So it took us the like 4-ish hours that it should have taken us. But yeah, we did a Costa trip. Sophie needed fuel, so we fueled up. And then I went to Costa, so I'm just marking that with a coffee cup from the kit. Then I was exhausted by the time I got home. Like, I think I mentioned in my last plan with me that by the end of Sunday, I was like very much out of peopling capacity. I was really, really, really overwhelmed. It was just so much. So by Sunday night, by the time I'd like taken the stalls down in peas and stuff, I was fine. But it just kind of, I've got home and I sat down and it just kind of all hit me as to like, yeah, you know, it's been a really busy weekend, and obviously like I wouldn't change it. I absolutely love going to the meets. It just really wiped me out, but there's no rest for the wicked. So I just feel like that sticker's on the back's coming off. I got home and I didn't really have much time. I picked Theodora up from school and then she had her swimming lesson, as always. So I marked being exhausted with a emoji head from the Coffee Monsters Co. And then I marked Thea swimming with a costume sticker from White Deer Stationery. After that, I came home, put Thea to bed, and I had a bubble bath, which was very lovely. So had that. Obviously, I like only had showers over the weekend that we were away, so it was nice to get back in my bath. I do love a bubble bath. So I'm marking that with a Lottie sticker from Stick with the Planco. Then I filmed my swag and my purchases. So I did a really big video on the Southwest Planner Club and I filmed it in like 2 parts. So I did like all the swag that I got and the purchases that I did in the shopping time. And then I also did the element, which was like my vlog element, which I did, I think later on in the week I edited the vlog. It was my first time vlogging, and to be honest, I kept forgetting to vlog and then was like seeing Anna vlog and was like, oh crap, yeah, I need to like record something. I really enjoyed it, and I've actually very recently Insta vlogged, which I really liked. It was like an accountability day for me. And I was basically trying to like hold myself accountable. And yeah, I really enjoyed that. So I'll probably try and do that more often. So yeah, that was good. Then after that, I ordered my food shop. So I'm marking that with a shopping bag sticker from Fox and Pip. That sticker's from Plannerface, by the way. And then finally, I marked that I had a late night. Time really got away with me. I really wanted to have an early night because I was back at work the next day, and it was going to be a very busy week. And the time, yeah, all of a sudden it was just like time. It was really late, and I just like had no concept of what time it was. So going on to Tuesday, I was a zombie. And I have no zombie stickers, but I did find, this is from a Halloween sampler from Plannerface, and it's like this skull on a log. And I was like, well, that's fall related and like kind of zombie related, so that was the best I could do. But yeah, I was a zombie. I was so tired, like the traveling, driven for like 12 hours, the traveling, everything. Yeah, I was just like, oh wow, I am not here for this. Then I needed to update my planning notes because I didn't take them with me to the meet. I knew that I wouldn't have any time. I never got my planner out once. I don't even know why I took my planner. So I just wanted to update my planning notes all the way back to like Friday morning, really. So I'm marking that with a pencil from Plannerface. Then, I'm going to put down this girl box, I think. Person box, I should say. And next up, I wanted to mark that I had to work late. So I was supposed to have this week off work, but given that I was leaving my work, I like rescheduled my leave for the week that I actually left. So I had like a lot to cram into this week because this was like my 3rd to last week, I think. So I was trying to get lots done. So I just marked that with one of my favourite sleeping vanillas from Papershire. Then Theodora went to her friend's house. So my friend Chloe, her daughter Georgia is in Thea's class, and she kindly offered to have Thea for dinner, so that I could get some work done, which was nice. So Thea went to Chloe's, and I'm just marking that with a squidge from Stick with the Planco. Then another squidge to mark that Thea was poorly. She came home and she was like really out of sorts, and she was basically like coughing all night, and she gets more ill later in the week, so she was clearly just coming down with something. Then I did mark that, I did want to mark that I watched some YouTube, but I've run out of space, and I have something very exciting I have to mark on this day. So my mum messaged me out of the blue and was like, do you want to go to Disneyland Paris? And I was like, well, yeah, okay. So yeah, we're going to Disney. My mum kind of booked it, and yeah, we're just going. We're going in April, so we're doing, we are splitting it, so Paris is like my favourite place in the world. I feel like it's my spirit city. So we're only actually doing one day at Disneyland, which a lot of people are like, how can you do it in one day? But I have been to Disneyland in a day and did like all of the main things. But also I really don't want Theodora to be crazy overwhelmed. So I just decided that a day was enough, and then we're spending the rest of the time in Paris. So that will be super fun. I'm going to get my croissant Jellycat bag at the ready. Haven't bought it yet, but I will be buying it for this trip. So I just marked Disney with this like over the rainbow happy emoji from the Coffee Monsters Co. I love that it's in like the perfect fall colours. Moving on to Wednesday. So actually just need to move that down a bit. Started off basically like Thea was upset. So she'd been up in the night and she was like, I don't want to go to school. And I was like, okay, well, something was happening this day. I can't remember what it was, but something was happening at school this day. And I was like, well, if you don't want to go to school, like, you'll miss this. And she was like, oh, maybe I'll try to go. And I was like, all right, okay. So that wasn't me trying to get her to go to school, but she would have been upset if I'd not said that. I can't remember what it was. I feel like it was like a break the rules day or something. I don't know. Something was happening and she'd have been upset if she figured out afterwards that she was actually okay and didn't want to miss it. So I told her about that and she wanted to go. So I marked her being upset with an emoji head from the Coffee Monsters Co. Then I had a really long day at work, and I spoke to her dad and he picked her up from school and she was fine, which was good. I think she was still coughing, but she wasn't like upset, so that was fine. Then I marked that I had a really long day at work, and I marked that with like a sleeping vanilla on the desk from Papershire. Another long day, lots of long days at work this week. Then my 2025 calendars came, so I have hauled these on my channel, but they are from Simply Katie, and they are hand illustrated calendars. I've got one from my office, which I think is next to me somewhere. Yeah, here. You can see my custom scripts there on front, but yeah, they're from Simply Katie. One is a travel calendar and one is a shop front calendar, and they're all hand illustrated by her, and then she gets them printed. So they arrived on this day. I ordered them on Sunday at Southwest, like when they launched. I had like a reminder set, so I marked that with a bow sticker from Papershire. Then on this day, I finally watched Beetlejuice. I don't know if anybody's like heard of it. It's like, you know, no offense to anyone who's watching, but it's an old film. It's from, you know, like I think it's from the early 80s or something, or the early 90s, or I don't know. It's before my time is all I'm going to say. It's before my time. So my mum was like, oh, you need to watch it. And they released Beetlejuice, which is like Beetlejuice 2, at the cinema like this year. And I was like, I can't go and see it until I've seen the first one. And it's like my mum's era. Anyway, I watched it. It was so good. You know, it's like one of those films that now it's so bad it's good. Like, the graphics on it are just dire. Like, they're so bad. The graphic design is so bad. But for its time, like, it's good. And the film is funny. Like, I enjoyed the film. I still actually weirdly haven't seen the second one. It kind of like, time like ran away with me in September and October because I was just so busy. So I haven't seen it, but I'm sure it'll like come on Netflix or something soon, and I'll watch it there. But yeah, so I did that, and then I had a bubble bath, which was nice. And then I had a really early night. Like, I was like, oh, I think it's time I like caught up on the sleep kind of thing. So I did get quite an early night, which was good, because the next day I woke up feeling like really refreshed, which I do mark. So I'm just marking my bubble bath again with a Lottie sticker from Stick with the Plan Co. And then I'm marking my early night with another pillow sticker from Plannerface from the kit. So that was the first half of the week. Moving on to the second half of the week. Where did we put our full box? Okay. So first things first, I was up early, which is not uncommon for me, really, to get up early. I do quite like an early start. Makes me feel like I've been productive in the day. Unless I'm like actively trying to have a lie-in, then it annoys me. So I got up early, and again, I just marked that with pillow sticker from Plannerface. Then, yeah, I wanted to mark that I was feeling refreshed. Like, I just, like, had a good sleep and was, like, ready for the day, and was feeling really refreshed, which is good because, yeah, it's been a long week. So I was just marking that with an emoji on, like, a sunflower from the Coffee Monsters Co. So that was fun. And then I worked on my Southwest Planner Club vlog element, because it's a long video. I'm pretty sure it's almost 2 hours because there was so much swag, so I had to split it into 2 parts. So I'm just marking that again with a icon sticker from Plannerface. Then I decided I was going to start working on my journaling spreads for Southwest. So I've been like trying to find my way with my journal this year, and I've tried to use it in like quite a few different ways, and just like wasn't really, not that I wasn't connecting, that's probably the wrong word, things weren't like turning out kind of how I wanted. And anyway, I have recently, just this week, discovered some amazing YouTubers who do some incredible journaling spreads, and I'm really trying to like take some inspiration from that. So I'm going to do some messing about. My journal that I have now is an Archer and Olive, and I started it in September 2023, and I barely did anything in it from September to January, so I just carried it on for this year. But I am going to start afresh next year, and I really want to do more like intensive spreads, like actual, you know, created spreads, rather than kind of just using some washi and shoving everything down. I want it to be pretty. So I'm going to be doing some work on that. So I just marked that with like this pen emoji from the Coffee Monsters Co. And then I started working on something secret on this day. Now, I can't say what this secret is, but over the next kind of coming plan with me, you will see work on secrets a lot. It's a secret I'm working on with Anna from Plannerface, obviously a bestie. And yeah, you may see it in both our videos, like call with Anna about secret, or worked on secret, brainstormed secret. We basically said to each other, like, how are we going to mark this in our planners without telling people? So that's how we're going to do it. So you may see that. Sorry if that's kind of really evasive and makes you really curious, but all will be revealed in time, is all I will say. I need a bigger box than that. So yeah, I worked on the secret with Anna, and I'm marking that with a bow sticker from Plannerface. Then I washed my hair, and I'm marking that with a hairdryer sticker from Fox and Pip. And then finally, on this day, Thea had her cheer class, as always, and I'm marking that with my favourite cheerleading emojis from the Coffee Monsters Co. So that was Thursday. Then I think for a change, I'm going to do my double box scene over Friday and Saturday. Had like quite a quiet weekend, I think. So I'll put that over there. On to Friday. I had a long day at work again. I was so ready for the weekend. I distinctively remember this week feeling like I'd been in work all week, and I literally worked a 4-day week because I was on annual leave on the Monday, and I just felt like I'd done enough work for 5 days. So I'm marking that with a Bunilla from Papershire. Then I cleaned the kitchen. I'm just marking that with a super cute squidge from Stick with the Planco. Then Thea was really poorly, so it had obviously just been lingering, you know, like this cough had been lingering and this cold, and it was like trying to come out on like Tuesday, Wednesday, and it like didn't come, and then she felt better, and yeah, she was ill again, and effectively she was up all night. She ended up in my bed, which is just unheard of. Like, I've no issue with parents who let kids go in their bed, but Theodora has just never wanted to. I have sometimes wanted her to come in my bed and she doesn't like it. She likes her own space. She likes her own bed. And she was in my bed. I've just stuck the wrong sticker on there. Whoopsie. Glad I noticed that. So yeah, not good. All that hard work refreshing myself did not work. Anyway, Theodora was ill and she plonked herself on the couch. I have actually, what am I even doing? I told you I was out of sorts. I've stuck the complete wrong box. That's not even the double box. Right, okay. Let's try again. That's the double box. I mean, to be fair, at least I'm noticing. Come on. There we go. So yeah, Thea plonked herself on the couch and I was like, right, I'm going to do a wash load. Then we just had movie night. She was sad. She doesn't like being poorly and she's a bit like me in the sense that when she's really poorly, it quite like, I don't know if I'd say frightens her, but she just is really taken aback by like how awful I think it feels to be really unwell, if that makes sense. Like, I think she forgets like how terrible it is. And then basically all I had to mark it was that I was up all night. And when I say all night, I really mean all night. I think in total I had 2.5 hours sleep from 10 p.m. till 8 a.m. I was up all night. She was up all night. She was crying. She was coughing. Didn't matter how many times I tried to settle her, gave her, Calpol before she went to bed. And when it had been 4 hours, nope, nothing was working. So given that, by Saturday morning, what was I? A zombie. Again. So I am using another one of the skull head stickers from Plannerface to mark that I was a zombie again. So all that hard work I did, now over here, feeling nice and refreshed, getting ready for the day, was all gone. Not a good week. So we were supposed to go out this day with my friend Elizabeth, and she was supposed to come to our house. So I kind of gave her a warning. Thea was like full of beans Saturday morning, which was so weird. So she had Alexa on in my room because obviously she'd been in my bed. And I sent a picture to Elizabeth and was like, she's been up all night, but that's what I'm dealing with. She was dancing around the room. I basically said to Elizabeth, like, she's fine. I think it's in the night that she's really struggling. So if you don't want to come, that's fine, but I'll leave it up to you. Elizabeth was like, not bothered. So she did come. And we had lunch out. We walked into town, which was nice. So we had a sunny walk. And I'm just marking that with trainers from Plannerface. I did also review my provisional, which I put down and forgot to say. I have a phobia of learning to drive. So the story is long, basically, for me not learning to drive. But to cut a long story short, effectively, there were like matters outside of my control that meant that I couldn't learn how to drive. So I had a brain infection, I had meningitis, and then I had Thea and I was pregnant with Thea and I was like practically immobile when I was pregnant. And for a number of years, there was basically no way I could have learned how to drive because I was on medication that was like barred by the DVLA and stuff. And then effectively, it was then COVID. So obviously no one was allowed to learn how to drive. And by the time we came out of COVID, I had obtained this fear of learning how to drive. So I can't drive. And my provisional licenses in the UK only last you 10 years. And it's like a form of ID you can use in the UK. And effectively, my provisional last 10 years, and I got mine when I was 17, which was 10 years ago. So my provisional had expired, and it's not a legal binding ID if it's expired. So an expired passport or an expired driving licence or an expired provisional, they're not actually legal ID in the UK. It's very rare that people check the expiry date. They just check the date of birth when you use it for ID. But it could have been rejected as ID. So I was like, I need to replace it. And this kind of gave me a spur to learn how to drive. I've still not booked the provision. I've still not booked my theory test. I'm trying. It is, passing my theory test is a goal for 2025. Like, I really do want to do it. It's just a big thing for me. Like, I just need to get over this fear, but it's fine. I will get there. Like, I really want to do it, but it's just not that easy. Anyway, so yeah, I renewed my provisional. Then we had the walk, which I mentioned, and we had some lunch out, which was nice. So I'm marking that with knives and forks from White Deer Stationery. Then I quickly cleaned the bathroom. Elizabeth was sat watching a film with Thea, and I was like, do you mind if I just literally give the bathroom a once over? She was like, no, it's fine. So literally went upstairs. It was like a 10-minute thing, a really quick clean up in the bathroom. So I marked that with like a cleaning the toilet sticker from Plannerface. Then my next door neighbours came round to see Elizabeth, and we had a brew, which was nice. And I'm marking that with a coffee cup from the kit. And then I made us roast dinner, which was really nice. And it's been ages since we did this, because me and Elizabeth have been going out recently. We actually went out last night, but she's coming next weekend for a roast dinner. So I like it when Elizabeth comes for roast dinner. I refuse to cook roast dinner for 2 people. So I basically like invite Elizabeth for roast dinner so that I have an excuse to cook roast dinner for 3 people, because me and Thea is like not even 2 people, it's like 1.5 people, and she doesn't eat that much like of a roast dinner, so it just always feels like such a waste. So yeah, that was nice, and I'm marking that with a roast dinner sticker from Papershire. So Sunday was like full on lazy day. There was just like no qualms about the fact that we did not do anything. Thea had a bad night, but like not as bad. She like slept in her own bed and she slept, which was fine. But yeah, we were both tired and we'd had a busy day the day before. So we did have a lie-in and a PJ day. So I'm kind of just marking these together with pajamas from White Deer Stationery and a pillow sticker from Plannerface. Then we both had a major journaling day, and can I just point out, I made that. I printed and cut that sticker. These are some of the Papershire journaling stickers. So, yeah, they're part of the Patreon, and I printed and cutted them on the silhouette. I'm so proud. So yeah, super happy with those. So I've got the word journaling, but I think it should say like, I think I wanted to split out that I was journaling and Thea was journaling. So I'm just going to put down that Thea was journaling because we don't really need both. Then it was the Singapore Grand Prix. I think I will mark that I was journaling only because I don't think I have much else to say about Sunday. So I'll grab a sticker for that in a minute. But yeah, it was a Singapore Grand Prix. So I'm marking that with a race car sticker from Plannerface. And then finally, I did some reading and had a bath. So I'm just going to mark that on another half box. As I said, it was a very relaxing day. And those books are from Plannerface stickers. So let's pop down my journaling script and then let's find a sticker for that. In fact, I might actually have one on here. Oh yeah, let's use this one from the kit. There we go. Okay, so let's have a look at this spread once I've got all that paper out the way. I keep forgetting I'm at that point now where I need to like open my planner halfway through. Let's zoom out a little bit. There we go. Oh, I love this. This is so cute. This is really pretty. I do want to just put a little bit of deco down maybe on here. I've done this quite often. What kind of deco have we got here? Got like this cute basket with blankets in. There we go. Maybe we'll just use that just to fill that little gap. But yeah, I am really, really loving this spread. It turned out super cute. As always, I do need to add my date dots, but I will do that now. But yeah, I love how this turned out. This is such a pretty kit. I don't know if it's been reformatted yet, actually. It might not have been, because Anna's mystery and advents are exclusive for a year. So I imagine she'll be able to release it until next Christmas. I don't know if it's been reformatted. I don't think it has. But I'm sure it's coming soon. And yeah, I hope you liked this video. If you did, I'd love if you could give it a thumbs up. And if you'd like to see future videos, I'd love if you could subscribe. Thanks for watching. Bye.